Let's put these on, shall we? There we go. That's so much better. Welcome to another exciting episode of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Randy. WTF Randy. WTF Randy. Experimental film. In my class, I have a couple of students. Actually, I have a few students I would consider to be adherents of the genre or the school of experimental film, that school of thought, that particular subgenre of cinema. What is experimental film? It's cinema that is devoid, or at least is lacking in typical story elements. Okay, so and that can be a variety of reasons. Either that the story is reductive, it's like super stripped down to like almost no story at all, or it's literally the absence of any story, and it's just images and sound in seemingly random order. Experimental film, I've got some students that really kind of go in for this. And the way that looks is that they create videos that are really, really hard for an audience to watch. And that's actually an aspect of experimental film as well. Experimental filmmakers generally like to mess with their audience. They don't treat the audience like a passive participant in terms of just lean back, watch this, and enjoy it. In fact, in a lot of ways, experimental film is specifically designed to make the audience uncomfortable. So you'll find sometimes it's through the use of really annoying sounds, or really annoying and or troublesome images that cause the viewer to be like, what is this and why am I watching this? Now, how does that translate for me? Because I teach this and it's high school. What am I supposed to do with this? I think that in the past, other teachers would tend to try to channel these students towards making canonically entertaining videos or films. I don't believe that's the case. I don't believe that's what should happen. I think that the point of experimental film, even experimental film, is a form of film, and in fact, in some ways, it's actually executing the form of film in almost a more high art fashion. So you'll find that some art is incomprehensible, visual art, whether that's sculpture or it's painting or go look at a Picasso or who am I thinking about? What's his name? Not Degas. I can see his face. I can totally see his face. What's his damn face? Anyway, what's his face? Where he's got clocks melting over the sides of things. It's surreal. If we wanted to go into genres of art, surrealism, Dada, those sorts of art forms are the siblings of experimental film. Because experimental film, it's not making the film for the audience's benefit. It's almost making the film for the filmmaker's benefit alone. And then the audience is left to puzzle out what the artist is, or what the filmmaker is trying to communicate with this piece. I think that my role as an educator, as a teacher, and also as a filmmaker who's trying to encourage others, I think my role is really to work at making space for that, making space for people to be able to create their own art, create their own film. And if they want to make experimental film, I'm not going to stop them. I'm not going to try to limit them. I'm not going to try and channel them into something that they're not wanting to make, because first of all, they don't want to make that kind of movies. They don't want to make those kind of videos. So if I were to channel them that direction, all they do is basically phone it in. I'd rather them be passionate about making something that I can't comprehend easily, rather than doing a blah blah job of making something that is more canonically what people expect from video or media. All right, that's enough of this. What do you think? Put a comment down in the down below, blah blah doobly doo thing, and I think this could be an interesting conversation. That's it for this edition of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Randy. If you like this episode, please give it a thumbs up, but not actually like a thumb, but click the like button. Click down there to subscribe and click the little alarm bell so that every time I post a video, you hear about it. And I'll see you next time, probably on Wednesday, because Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Randy. Okay, so for all of my students, past and present, do me a favor, go out and make media.